probably able to count the lights in this room, see that why these lights are working, these lights are not working, see who is potential, who's not potential, because you actually evaluate everything in front of you. It's not an engineer's job, it's not a doctor's job. They do what they do, but what we do is we look at people, we work with people, we understand people. And if you understand people in this world, you will be successful. Trust me. People is the most important asset in this world. People don't understand that. You are the most important asset to this country, to this industry. You are not understanding that right now. But once you come out, once you start getting used in this industry, when people come and tell you, well done, well done, well done, how will you feel? Good. Okay? And that well done should motivate you to do more. And then when you do more, you get, that's my man, come, join me. Right? How many of you would like to join me? But you can't join me like that. You'll have to go through a procedure, a training, an interview. I will see through you. Look at the 3 words that I believe in. Ask. If you have that, you will come. If you don't have that. So this is your time, guys. 4 years is your time to really grasp everything. And when you come out in the industry, you can stand tall and say, I am ready. The weakest part of our industry today is human resource. The weakest part. And I'm motivating you and warning you. Motivating you because I want you to pick up. You look at your 4 years very, very, very seriously. Every bit is important. I used to think, accounts क्या करेंगे? मेरे को chef बनना है. But today, I make profit and loss statements for hotels and restaurants. Because of those sheets, they make money or they shut down. So every bit is important. You will think, why is French important? Because if you go to a party where there are people who are learned and you say allumi instead of allume, they'll think, are you from Nigeria? Right? So you need to know that it's poulet sauté chaussure, not poulet sauté chassier. Okay? You need to know that. So whatever you're reading is important today and will be important tomorrow. कोई भी ज्ञान कभी भी waste नहीं जाता, कभी भी. So if you're reading poulet sauté chaussure today, it may not be something that is being cooked right now in hotels and restaurants, but hey, you know the basics of searing the chicken, you know the basics of a mushroom sauce, you know the basics of sauteing. 3 things you learn from one dish, right? So every bit is important. Okay, now questions for the next 5 minutes. Yeah.
Sir, is there a chef you admire the most?
I actually admire a lot of chefs. You know, so like I said, in this whole journey, I've had many mentors, not one. So the dean of GD Goenka School in Gurgaon, Chef Rajesh Singh Gulshan, he was my first executive chef, and he was my first mentor as well. So I really look up to him. Then there is Chef Vinay Jairaj, who I just spoke about. He's no more. Then there is Chef Elton Hurtis, who is the general manager of the Marriott in Sri Lanka right now. Mark my words, there's somebody who was a chef is now a dean. Somebody who was a chef is now a general manager. Okay, so these have been my mentors. So I really admire him. Chef Girish Krishnan is also a general manager in Bangalore, in one of the hotels. Then I'm not going to say Ranveer Brar and Gordon Ramsay because, you know, Ranveer and I work together. So, I mean, I admire him, he admires me, is that. But my mentors are those people who have really functioned in my life, changed my life. And please, don't make mentors you can't speak to. I cannot be your mentor because I'm not mentoring you. I might have given you 1 or 2 good advices. If you see anything on my internet, It's a good advice that I've given you, but mentoring means chela. So get mentored by your teachers who are there in front of you right now. Thoko tali. They are the ones who are going to shape you. Don't look at the internet and television for mentors. They are right here in front of you. Do I answer your question? Thank you. More. Come on. I've been speaking for almost 45 minutes. 4.5 क्वेश्चन तो पूछ लो. Yes, पाजी, लंबा वाला.
Sir, is giving perfect taste and service is enough for a consumer?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sir, is perfect taste and service is enough for a consumer?
Oh, that's a very good question. What's your name?
Jaspreet Singh.
Jasdeep Singh. Is the perfect taste and great service enough for the guest? What do you guys think? Why? Everything matters, but what is that everything? Presentation, okay. Behavior of the service. Very good. Now this brings me to a very important point. As hospitality professionals, I'm calling you all hospitality professionals. Okay, you're going to repeat after me our 5 senses. Which are our 5 senses? Come on. Number 1, sense of sight. Sense of? Sense of? Sense of? Sense of? Sense of? And sense of? Baki kya reh gaya? Okay, these are your 5 senses. Everybody has these 5 senses. Please raise your hands if you don't have. You don't have? You don't have these 5 senses? You have? Everybody has 5 senses, okay? Now, how do you bring these 5 senses to work every day? How? Batao, batao. Arey, Master Ji, batao, batao. How do you bring these 5 senses to work every day? हाँ? ओ भाई मैं यहाँ पे ज्ञान नहीं दे रहा हूँ. I'm being practical. 5 senses walk with you every day, but actually they don't. Because sometimes you are walking this place and you see this wire which is jumbled, you will not do anything about it. You will just walk by. What did you not use? What did you not use? Sense of sight. You don't know that somebody can actually entangle their leg in this and fall down. As a hospitality professional, when you're walking, you have your eyes open all the time. Right? How do you use your sense of hearing? कुकर की 3 सीटी बज गई. Right? अरे शेफ 6 हो गई. कुड़ 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 कुछ तल रहा है. These are good hearing sensations. Okay? But you suddenly hear in a restaurant, which means कुछ टूटा, कुछ गिरा, किसी ने किसी को मारा, right? Your eyes should be क्या हुआ? नहीं तो हाँ आवाज आई होगी पता नहीं. You use your hearing sense every time, everywhere. You keep your ears open. क्या हो रहा है लाइफ में, right? कौन किसके बारे में बात कर रहा है, कौन किसके साथ घूमने जा रहा है, कौन शाम को सॉल्ट लेक पे मिलने वाला है, ये भी सब एज अ बॉस यू हैव टू नो, राइट? नहीं तो अगले दिन जो लेट आएंगे साहब, उनसे आप क्या बोलोगे? और बेटा फ्लोरिज में आइसक्रीम कैसी थी, है ना? तो सेंस ऑफ आइज एंड सेंस ऑफ ईयर्स है ना, कोई ना कोई तो बताएगा कि सर वो देखो बैठे में दोनों लव बर्ड्स. ऑलराइट, सेंस ऑफ हियरिंग, देन सेंस ऑफ टेस्ट. If you taste something good, bad or ugly, you have to say it. You have to understand it, that it's good, bad or ugly, because everything cannot be good. Everything cannot be ugly. You have to develop that sense of taste. Develop. Today, start developing the sense of taste, because you are not grown up with that. If I give you wasabi to taste, you'll say, what is that? If I give you durian fruit to smell, you'll say, what is that? You develop, because you are going to be international hospitality professionals. Nobody is limiting you कि आप GNHM कैलकाटा में पढ़ रहे हो, आप यहीं पे नौकरी करोगे और यहीं पे मर जाओगे. आप दुनिया घूमोगे, कोई सिंगापुर में काम करेगा, कोई हांगकांग में जाएगा, कोई यूएस में जाएगा, कोई लंदन जाएगा, वहाँ पे चीज़ें देखोगे, स्मेल करोगे, टेस्ट करोगे, बात करोगे, राइट? सेंस ऑफ टेस्ट, देन सेंस ऑफ स्मेल. चलो स्मेल की बात करते हैं. कुछ जल गया, वेरी गुड. व्हाट एल्स? व्हाट एल्स यू स्मेल? व्हेन यू एंटर अ होटल लॉबी, व्हाट डू यू स्मेल? Stinky smell or a good smell, right? Now Westin as a hotel, I worked for them for almost 6 years. It has a peculiar white tea smell. Any Westin that you go across the world, it is that smell that you must smell, right? It is a sensory experience they call that the guest must get. So a sense of smell allows you to say, that's my Westin. Or if you go to certain hotels and you actually can smell stinky smell, or you go to the bathroom and you see stinky smell, what would you do? Come out, wash your hands, come back to the class. Then? नहीं, सबका आंसर क्लीन नहीं होता. Inform. हाँ, inform. Or if there is nobody else, clean it. Right? Do the job. Then sense of, main cheese, sense of touch. How does it help you in this industry? You are touching something. हाँ, इंपॉर्टेंट बात बोल दी किसी ने सैलरी लेते वक्त. सेंस ऑफ टच. बट बेटा मोदी जी ने सब कुछ पेटीएम बना दिया है, अब छूने को नहीं मिलेगा. अब ये सिर्फ दिखाने के लिए है ना. सेंस ऑफ टच इज, इफ यू टच अ सर्फेस, इट्स ग्रीजी, इट्स ऑयली, इट्स नॉट राइट, इट टच टेल यू लाइक दिस. अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल पुट देयर हैंड्स ऑन समथिंग एंड इट्स चिपचिपा, दे डू खराब है, कोई बात नहीं, चल दिए. अरे साफ करवा लो. That's what a hotelier's eyes, nose, ears, hands should do. So only taste. And what was the next thing? Service is not important. Sensory experience is important. Today every new hotel, every new restaurant which is opening, it's actually challenging its employees that let's give a sensory experience to our customers. And that can never come if you don't use your 5 senses. Only the GM is using 5 senses will not help. Everybody has to use, right? Right from the porter to the general manager. I'm going to finish talking with this last. You have any more questions? One more question I can take. Last. Yeah. Let me see if I have anybody else, because I've given you an opportunity. You've also got an opportunity. You haven't? Okay. Let me take these 2 questions last. Okay.
सर चालू
हाँ हाँ पूछिए यार.
सर हमको एक सीक्रेट थिंग जानना था सर.
सीक्रेट थिंग?
हाँ तो
मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता.
सीक्रेट
थिंग जाननी है.
सीक्रेट थिंग सर. मास्टर शेफ इंडिया आप सीज़न 1 और सीज़न 2 दोनों में रहे हैं.
मेरे पास कोई सीक्रेट्स नहीं है,
तो
मेरी जेबें खाली हैं.
सर आप एक डिश में क्या देखते हैं कि आपको लगता है कि हाँ ये डिश मतलब 15 कंटेस्टेंट्स है, 12 कंटेस्टेंट्स है, उसमें ये डिश में आप क्या देखते हैं कि ये हाँ बेस्ट डिश है? कुछ ना कुछ तो देखते होंगे सर. 12-15 वहाँ ऐसे तो नहीं बैठे हैं सब, मतलब
ऑफ कोर्स क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा है और इसका मैं सही आंसर देने की सोच रहा हूँ, क्योंकि ज़िंदगी में सब चीज़ मास्टर शेफ़ का अरीना नहीं होता ना. ज़िंदगी में बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको मिलेंगी कि आप किसी चीज़ के सामने आते हो तो आप कैसे बोलोगे कि यार दिस इज़ वाओ या फिर दिस इज़ ओके. नाउ द प्रूफ ऑफ द पुडिंग इज़ इन द पुडिंग इटसेल्फ. स्टेटमेंट सबने सुना है, राइट? तो सबसे पहले तो आप वही देखोगे कि भाई पुडिंग है क्या. नाउ इफ़ आई हैव टू देन कंपेयर बिटवीन द 12 और द 50, आई एम अगेन नॉट जस्ट लुकिंग एट द डिश अलोन. आई एम लुकिंग एट द थॉट. आई एम लुकिंग एट what did she or he think while she made this dish. I will also look at the amount of effort that has gone in. I will also look at the knowledge and the skill that somebody has put in, because the time is short. 1 घंटे के अंदर अगर इस बंदे ने उतनी स्किल उतनी नॉलेज अप्लाई कर ली तो it definitely deserves to get to the next level, right? So these are some of the things that we see. But now you've asked me Master Chef question. I will say this is a fundamental for life, right? So if somebody is rejecting your dish or saying something, do ask them this question: sir, what did you not see in my dish? That will tell you next time what do I need to put. Right? That secret ingredient is hard work, nothing else. If you work hard towards any dish, any goal in life, you will get success. If you don't get success this year, does not mean that you will not get success. You'll get it next year, but you will get. I got success in OCLD after 3 years, but I got it. It's very difficult to get through OCLD, but it's even more difficult to pass out through OCLD because 13 people in our batch joined, 10 passed out. 3 were gone. Okay? So life is tough. All right? Last question.
Good afternoon, sir. Firstly, it's an honor to see you in person. And my question is, what was that one incident that pushed you to develop your faith in God? And why do you think it is important in this industry during the timid times and keep faith in the journey that the good times will come?
Okay. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Dibbojyoti Shaha. Dibbojyoti Shaha.
Debojyoti Shaha. Thank you, Debojyoti, for this wonderful question. How many of you believe in God? Okay. There are some people who don't believe in God. Yeah? Now let me ask you a question. You guys woke up this morning, fresh, hands moving, legs moving, everything else working. How do you think that happened? How do you think that happened? Hello? God's plan. Okay, very good. What else? Brother, I'm saying this because in a sensex of this world, there are at least 1,000 people who sleep in the night but never wake up. And it's not necessary they are 70 years old. There are people who sleep in the night but never wake up. Or wake up with a deformity, or wake up with epilepsy. The first thing I do is start thanking God. Say, God, I thank you for this day that I've risen up fresh again. I have the energy to do this again. Now, my life changed, and thank you for this question because it also tells a bit of my other part of the life. My life changed just before I went to Hotel Management College. I was a Hindu, but I would do everything that a Hindu does, go to the temple, do my prayers, everything. But I never ever had experienced God. I had never known who God is. I'd always heard of Him, but I never knew Him. And then I got to know about this person who gave his life for me just because I sinned. And I got to know that everyone has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And when I heard this, that, hey, I'm a sinner, I will go to hell, I couldn't understand that. I couldn't take that. But then I also saw the hope that Jesus Christ gives. He gave His life for everyone on this earth. God so loved the earth that He gave His only Son, that whosoever believes in Him will not perish, but he'll have everlasting life. And that hope I caught on to and said, yeah, I will have everlasting life if I believe and trust in Him. From that day, my life started to change in a beautiful manner. Every time I wanted to quit, God would come in between and actually speak to me. So rise up, I have great plans for you. Isaiah 43 says, God actually says, the plans I have for you are not to harm you, but to prosper you, right? This is from the Bible. This is the word of God, I believe. Now, I'm saying this to all of you in the faith that I have from God, that God's plan for all of you is to prosper you, not to harm you. Okay? Just stay in His plan. Just work hard. Do good. And if you get a moment or understanding or a chance to know Jesus, do know a bit about Him. He's not a Christian religion God. He is God who died for you. Right? Thank you for that question. I would just like to finish this conversation, I would say. I really enjoyed, by the way. Thank you so much for being very encouraging and, very up forward to ask me questions and, open up. So I just want to close by saying that this industry is not just giving you an opportunity to go to the hotel or restaurant field. This opens up avenues in customer service, which is required in every field, whether it's American Express Bank, or it's Citibank, or it's any other customer service relation departments. It gives you an opportunity to do allied food businesses. So if you're becoming a chef, need not that you have to work in a hotel or a restaurant only. You can work in a food service platform. You can work in a company that creates new food. You know, how many of you have flown Indigo? Okay, you might have come across their dry food range, which is an upma, which is dried. You pour hot water, it becomes upma. As a chef, you know, I open that box 3-4 times and say, "Kya hai? Kaise kiya?" You know, that upma tastes so perfect, but it was dried 5 minutes back. So I want to learn that. I don't know that technique yet. I want to go to that industry and really see what is it that they put in it that the upma still stays fresh. So there is allied industries that you can be a part of. If you finish this 4-year journey, and if you finish it well, and I'm taking this opportunity to become we as the hospitality world, are waiting for you. You know how? With open arms. Thank you. One book will go in your library, so you can always, go through it. Every book that I am sending out, the link is on Amazon and on Flipkart, but it comes personally signed. So one of the books will be in your library, and one of the books will be given a little later to somebody who I spot. Okay? By the way, how many of you guys watch my YouTube channel? Abhi dekh rahe the? Which was my latest recipe? Okay, sandwich and? देखो क्लियर है कि 2 लोगों को ही पता है और 2 लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं वेरी क्लियरली. सो जो लोग फॉलो नहीं कर रहे, फोन निकालो अपने सारे, सब्सक्राइब करो अभी. बिकॉज अगर तुम्हें शेफ बनना है तो तुम्हें रेसिपी सीखनी पड़ेगी. मैं तुम्हें फ्री में सिखा रहा हूँ, है ना. वाई वेट फॉर मी टिल आई कम बैक टू कैलकाटा नेक्स्ट टाइम. बी अ पार्ट ऑफ माई फैमिली. ऑलराइट. The reason why I'm asking you to subscribe is not to increase my subscriberhood, but for you guys to stay connected to me. अब आज बात कर ली, इसके बाद कैसे कनेक्ट होगे? Constant follower, thank you very much. बुक नहीं मिलेगी. Constant followers को बुक नहीं मिल रही आज बुक मिलेगी एक ब्राइट स्टूडेंट को, जिसको मैं स्पॉट करूंगा. माइक्रोस्कोप लेके घूम रहा हूँ आज मैं. Okay, everybody subscribed? Now I'm putting a contest for you. Just for GNIHM. Okay. Now, tomorrow morning, I will post a question for you only for GNIHM, so that GNIHM also gets a lot of traction. And understand, मैं सबके नाम नहीं जानता हूँ, but at least चेहरा सबका देख लिया, almost सबका देख लिया, सबका देख लिया. इधर से सब दिखता है भाई. So the question will come tomorrow morning. You will have to post the answer, obviously tagging GNIHM and me. Okay? And whosoever answers that question also will win a book. So this is another book, not this book. Okay? So that question is for tomorrow, not for today. Is that okay? या फिर ये क्वेश्चन अभी पूछ लें, कल पूछेंगे. ठीक है? तो आज तो वैसे भी बहुत चल रहा हो. कहाँ गए सबके फोन्स? कहाँ है सबके फोन? कहाँ है सबके फोन? निकालो. तो फोन की फोटो थोड़ी खींचोगे. फोन से फोटो खींचोगे. कौन? Okay, let's do. How do we do this? I will post these pictures. If you guys want to stand over, let me do this. Okay, everyone.
Victory, victory, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, boys and girls, with a huge round of applause, let us thank Chef Ajay Chopra for coming to Guru Nanak Institute of Hotel Management. We've seen his videos, we've seen him in Master Chef Season 1 and 2, and today to see him live at Guru Nanak Institute of Hotel Management must have been an experience, right? Thank you so much, boys and girls. Please sit down.